What?
Hi guys, I'm Susan Alice, and I am talking about curiosity. And I'm so honored Dr. A asked me to be on this panel of amazing women. And when he told the topic, I jumped into curiosity. I volunteered quickly because curiosity has saved me in my business because, I know all of you, anybody here see these amazing people speaking and think, I can't be like them. Right? We all think that. And my whole business, I've always said, well, what can I do? Well, who can I help? And so I've always asked myself those questions because I know there's a possibility. So I don't have a Curious George story, but I do have a Curious Jay story. My son's name is Jay. When he was 3 years old, he was in the back of the car, and he asked me a question. Mom, why are there birds? And of course, here I am, like, what do you do? All of you that ask that question, right? My son. And it's like, I don't know, Jay. God has a reason for creating everything. Maybe it's to eat worms. Lame mom answer, right? And then, being present, conscious and aware, I said, Jay, so tell me, why did God create you? And he says, because everybody loves me. Can you imagine the only reason for being is for people to love you? I mean, seriously. And so it just was such a beautiful question. That's a wonder question. Like, it doesn't have an answer. And if I was a biology teacher, I might feel threatened by that question. That he needed to know why birds were created. Fast forward, well, not fast forward, slow forward. Jay's 21 now. And this is where it gets a little tricky, because am I curious or am I wanting to be right? So, Jay he's doing great, so I'm not worried about him, line. But he likes this, what's that, Ultimate Fighting? Whatever, you're in I can't even talk about it, much less think about it, much less accept my son liking this. I'm worried, I'm worried about a psyche, a sensitive kid that asks why there's birds. It's love, whatever. And so we got in a conversation, and I don't know, it came up, and I don't remember what I said, but he took it as judgmental. And he shut down the conversation. And he could see that I was obviously upset about it. And, because I was trying, but he goes, and later he said to me, he goes, Mom, what you could have said to me was, what do you like about it? I'm like, I learned that in coaching school. I'm supposed to do that, right? And I sputter. I said, yeah, you're right, I could have done that. And so I didn't want to ask him right then because that would have been insincere. So later I did ask him, I said, so Jay, let me ask you, what do you like about that fighting? He says, well, Mom, he says, it's just you and somebody else. There's not a coach there, there's not a team there. He says in sports, if in basketball, football, there's a coach, there's a team. If you're not that good at it, you're not gonna win. He says, but when it's just you and somebody else, even if you're not as good, you can still win. And I just thought, man, to know that about my son. He has been an underdog and he's doing amazing, well. And just to know that he has that, if I would have been judgmental and hated wrestling and not asked that question, I would have missed that opportunity to know him in a way. I can still not like it. And that's what this taught me. And was that I can still not agree, and still be curious and get to know him better. And so I had this topic before Thanksgiving, and so I was with my family. That can be a Jerry Springer show. And I was able to be present with people because I got that distinction. I didn't have to agree with you to learn more about you, to know you as a human being. And I'll tell you that is a gift not only you give to others, but that you give to yourself. Because the joy you feel, or I feel, that's true well-being, to be in a relationship with people, whether or not you agree with them or not. And no one threatens you. And that is a beautiful thing, and I just have to thank my mentorship, Dr. A, for going in the deep end pool, playing here, because who gets to do that? And Dan, I get to dinner with him, and the way, I think y'all can see when he's sharing and speaking, and that his questions are curious, they're not judgmental. And so whenever I've come to him with self-doubt, he'll ask a question that has me, like Vicki said, shift my perspective and be able, so he's not giving me the answer, telling me what I should feel, what I should do. But it's such a gift. So I appreciate the gift that y'all given me, and thank you for letting me share.